All right. Greetings, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the first portion of our program, the Golden Heart Awards. We will have a two-parter in that we will have a brief intermission in between the Golden Heart and the Diamond Heart Awards. So please be mindful of that. We are excited to host this annual event. And before we go any further, we'd like to invite our esteemed Madam President, Ms. Jackie Renee, to welcome each and every one of you. Just a reminder that tonight we honor the authors who've worked hard on their craft, toiled and strived to create work that resonates with readers, depicts characters we see in the world, who we can also identify with and root for, and hear and read the kinds of stories that we all can be proud over. Take it away, Jackie.
Welcome, everyone. Today, we shine a well-deserved spotlight on the Golden Heart Awards, honoring unpublished RWA members, and the Diamond Heart Awards, celebrating the exceptional work of published authors. To everyone who entered these contests, thank you. It takes courage, dedication, and passion to share your stories. Each entry represents continued countless hours of creativity and perseverance to get the work done. We recognize not just those who have finaled, but everyone who entered the contest. I want to take a moment to extend a heartfelt gratitude to the contest committee. For 2 years, they worked tirelessly to revive the prestigious contests that are an essential part of RWA's history. Without their dedication, we would not have this opportunity to celebrate the achievements of the authors who entered the Golden Heart and Diamond Heart. A special thank you goes to the award ceremony committee. The romance writing community is accustomed to an in-person award ceremony with RWA, but our award ceremony committee worked hard to recreate that magic in a virtual space. Their creativity and effort will make this event feel personal, vibrant, and worthy of the talent that we are here to honor today. As we prepare to announce the winners, let us remember that this moment represents a commitment to love is for everyone. Romance writers are trailblazers. We tell stories that bring hope, joy, and connection to millions of readers around the world. So whether you're a finalist, a winner, or someone whose story is still taking shape, know this: the work you do matters. You are shaping the legacy of the romance genre one word at a time. Congratulations to all the finalists and winners, and to every romance writer in attendance. Keep writing, keep believing, and remember, the power of love is for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jackie, for that reminder and message. As we move into our very first category announcement, we will be welcoming a number of presenters who will be teeing up the categories for us. And due to some technical difficulty, I will be reading the first announcer for the category that we have tonight. So you can pretend that I am her. Um, Good evening, everyone. We will get to our first category, and all the presenters will be telling you more about the finalists who so meticulously crafted tales that beat out others, and the Golden Heart finalists for the contemporary romance category. I will tell you a little bit about them. Susie Langevin is the author of The Plus One Pact. She loves love, even though she forgot how to say it in Latin when she was a contestant on Jeopardy! In March of the last year, Susie was selected for the Kiss Pitch Mentorship program for romance writers. Her career as a clinical social worker, along with her own experience living with autoimmune disease and ADHD, allow her characters to embrace the tough and adverse issues of life without it becoming a cliche. Secondly, Sophie Clark graduated with a BA in both creative writing and literature and film and new media studies from Wheaton College 2 years ago, and now she works there as their marketing coordinator. She received honors for her creative senior thesis and won the Helen Myers Tate Memorial Prize for Original Verse. She's been published in numerous writing magazines, and on a typical weekend, you can find her with her cat on her lap, rewatching her favorite When Harry Met Sally and Saturday Night Live. Sophie is the author of Connected Singles. And last, but certainly not least, is McLean Hyde, a retired CPA and aspiring writer living in Pacific Grove, California. She earned a certificate of screenwriting from UCLA to start her transition from accountant to writer. McLean is a part of the RWA RAMP program and has enjoyed learning daily what it takes to become a published author. She's on her way to her very first debut novel, The Hidden Day. These are your contemporary romance fiction category 2024 Golden Heart nominees.
The contemporary romance finalists are The Plus One Pack by Susie Langevin, Connected Singles by Sophie Clarkin, Hidden Day, Bridget by McLean Hyde, and the winner is The Plus One Pact by Susie Langevin.
We will invite Susie to the stage to make her speech for her win. Congratulations, Susie.
Can you hear me? I could not hear you from the background. Thank you so much, Tracy, and thank you to everyone at the RWA for this recognition and for their continued work to support romance authors. I'm so thrilled to be part of a community that believes in the power of happily ever after. Thank you to the wonderful women who have supported my journey as a writer, Sarah Vance Tompkins, an extraordinary mentor and friend, Britt Bell and Ruth Mafueo, my critique partners who have made every single thing that I have ever written better, and Christy Cruz, whose belief in the earliest version of my words is the whole reason I'm here in the first place. Thank you to my family and friends in supporting my wildly audacious dreams of becoming an author while I'm also a wife, mom, and social worker. Thank you especially to my husband, Brian, who is the kind of partner that every aspiring writer needs in their corner, not the least of which because he always makes sure I have a fresh cup of coffee. This book will always be something incredibly special to me. Authors talk about the concept of the book of their heart, this thing that they need to write, not because they think it's going to be successful, but because they have to write it. And that is the Plus One Pact for me. Growing up in the 90s, young women were taught our worth is based on the size of our bodies, and young men were told that having emotions makes them weak. When I wrote Jeff and Alyssa's story, it was to create the kind of story that I needed back then. One where there was a plus size woman who could be the star of her own story, and that story had nothing to do with wanting to change the size of her body. One where asking for help is actually a sign of strength and self-care is sexy for our hero. I'm so grateful that this story has resonated with the contest committee, and I'm hopeful that this is just the first step in bringing this story to everyone who needs to hear that no matter what you perceive as your flaws, you are worthy of love. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Susie, on your win. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Our next category will be done by Miss Sally Murphy. She will be talking about the historical romance category.
Thank you, Tracy, and good evening, everyone. I'm Sally Murphy, and I'm a program manager for RWA's Instructional Pen to Paper program. I'm here to tell you a little bit about the nominees for the historical romance category for the Golden Heart Award. First up, Lee Hollis's abiding love for historical romance began in adolescence, when her grandmother introduced her to Georgette Heyer and other historical romances that have transcended the time and still are relevant today. While Lee has worn many professional hats, including secondary school teacher, pastry cook, and field biologist, she can now be found writing and enjoying her other pursuits, which include hiking, knitting, baking sweet treats, and working towards her black belt in Taekwondo. Lee lives in the upper Midwest with her husband, son, and 2 dogs. Leah's book, A Fearless Will, is a finalist tonight. Josie Johns is an award-winning historical romance writer from Ohio. Passionate about 18th century prose, she's also an ICU nurse with a Master of Science in Nursing, mother of 4 with 3 dogs, and the wife of her very own delicious hero husband. Her talents include obscure trivia, a great sense of direction, and avoiding housework whenever possible. Josie is a staunch defender of the romance genre, asking anyone who dares to question her love, what is more profound in our human experience than falling in love? No one has been able to provide an alternative. Josie's book, A Scandal Changes Everything, is a finalist tonight and rounds out our 2 historical romance category nominees for the Golden Heart Award.
Golden Heart finalists for historical romance are A Fearless Will by Lee Hollis, A Scandal Changes Everything by Josie Johns. The 2024 Golden Heart winner for the Love Across Genres category is A Fearless Will by Lee Hollis.
Congratulations, Lee. Yes, go ahead.
Wow. Okay, so I'm absolutely thrilled to accept this Golden Heart Award for A Fearless Will. So first of all, thank you, Romance Writers of America, contest committee, and judges for this honor, and congrats to all of the other nominees. My protagonists in A Fearless Will, Eglantine and Gabriel, are very dear to me, and it was a joy to breathe their journey into existence. At its heart, their story is one of being seen and loved for precisely who and what you are, even, or perhaps especially, when that flies in the face of convention. I believe in love's power to transcend and transform, especially if one loves unconditionally and without fear, as Eglantine and Gabriel do. I owe a great debt of gratitude to my family. First, my parents for having supported my every pursuit and believing wholeheartedly in me since childhood. To Julius, my son, I wrote a line in A Fearless Will about a mother's prerogative to hope for the very best for her child. I do so for you, and I know myself fortunate every day that I get to be your mama. To my husband, Andrew, you have tolerated my writing jags and been my biggest cheerleader. You have also listened attentively to far more anecdotes than any spouse should ever have to endure about a war that took place over 200 years ago on a different continent. On that note, I hopefully will eventually find a way to make use of Lord Wellington's general orders pertaining to the plunder of beehives. Last, to Grandmom, who, among many things, passed along to me the love of Regency romance. I will forever treasure our 1 a.m. conversations about books, life, and everything in between. You always believed I had a novel in me, and I hope you would have been proud of this accomplishment. I dedicate both A Fearless Will and this Golden Heart Award to you. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Lee. Thanks so much. We have just one more category for the Golden Heart Awards. And I also want to thank all the presenters again for taking time out to read the announcements and to help congratulate and make the award ceremony good for the winners and finalists. Our next and final presenter is Catherine Oltianu. She will be presenting the award for Love Across Genres category. Catherine?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Catherine Oltiano, a recent graduate of both RWA's pen to paper and polish to publish programs. And one day I hope to be able to finish my romantic suspense novel and to pursue such a prestigious contest as the brave women and men in this final category, Love Across Genres. Our first finalist, Pamela Ruth Meyer, grew up in the suburbs of Cincinnati, Ohio, where she climbed trees and fell in love with horses, becoming a horse trainer and riding instructor for 20 years. She returned to New York to go to graduate school at SUNY Hunter College, and that opened the door to her second career as a teacher, adjunct professor of sociology and anthropology, and eventually a high school science teacher. As she embarks on her third career, the book for the category she's finaled in tonight, Death in Miniature, has already won a number of prestigious awards, including the 2024 Daphne du Maurier Published Romantic Suspense Award, the MWA New York 2024 Leon Burstein Award for Aspiring Writers, and the Rudy Award for Unpublished Romantic Suspense. She is well on her way to her third act in publishing. Our second and final finalist for the Love Across Genres category is Catherine Albogan, who is an aspiring author currently winding down a long and successful career in marketing and policy with the Fortune 500 company. She is ready to launch her second act as a traditionally published author, and in doing so has 3 manuscripts ready to go, all centered on midlife characters, men and women who find themselves in situations that cause them to reflect on their lives and to question past choices, often leading to irrational pursuits of a second chance at love and life that don't always turn out as planned. She's currently residing in Monroe, Connecticut with her husband and 3 silly Tonkinese cats. Catherine's A Truer Calling is the last finalist in the Love Across Genres category. Let's see who will be our final winner tonight in the Golden Heart.
The 2024 Golden Heart finalists for the Love Across Genres category are Death in Miniature by Pamela Ruth Mayer, A Truer Calling by Catherine L. Bogan. The 2024 Golden Heart winner for the Love Across Genres category is Death in Miniature by Pamela Ruth Mayer.
Hi there. I am so excited. Hi, everybody. Thank you. My heart is pounding. Okay, I want to thank the committee that ran this award and the committee that's doing this amazing, dazzling is the word I wrote down, ceremony on Zoom, no less. I have a bunch of family and friends who stepped up to read this manuscript that took me years to write. And when they did so, they were very bold and loyal because they had to accept the responsibility of giving me feedback, which can be very uncomfortable sometimes. I attended a gazillion workshops and courses and had a developmental editor, and all of these professionals that I could never even name them all taught me. And in the process, I got better. And there's nothing better than getting better, right? And I'm going to read this part because I want to make sure I get it right. The Golden Heart is a vitally important award, providing aspiring authors the rare opportunity to have judges read a largely unseen writer's manuscript. The full manuscript, by the way, not just the first 30 pages or a couple of chapters. And that's such a tremendous gift to one who feels so often lost and alone in the dark, never knowing really if their work has that fire, that secret sauce magic that hits a chord. Winning this award sparks my hope that this one does. Thank you to those hardworking and dedicated judges. And thank you to my gritty and fierce agent, Terry Wolf, who has always believed in me even when I don't. And to my beloved Ruthie, who somehow, in the same breath, can be my earth and my stars. And thank you, Romance Writers of America. Know you're making a difference. This whole experience is truly golden. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pamela, and congratulations again to Susie, Lee, and Pamela on your wins. And thank you, Sally and Catherine for your presentations. At this time, we will be taking a brief intermission. Come back and join us for the rest of the festivities for the Diamond Heart Awards ceremony. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We hope you have enjoyed the awards ceremony so far, and we are going to get started with our Diamond Heart Awards at this time.
Hello, I'm Ursula Renee, and our first category is Contemporary Romance is all about capturing the essence of today's modern relationships. The relationships depicted on the pages reflect challenges, joys, and complexities of finding love in the world we live in. It's a genre that should mirror the realities of our times and how love often intertwines with career ambitions, personal growth, family dynamics, political, socio-economic, and societal conditions and expectations. Contemporary stories bring to life relatable characters who face the same struggles and triumphs as we do, navigating dating, long-distance connections, blended families, disabilities, sexual orientation, and the ever-changing landscape of human connection. Contemporary romance reminds us that love, while timeless, continues to evolve with each new generation. It's a celebration of hope, resilience, and the belief that love, no matter the obstacles, can always find a way to be triumphant despite the things that can confront us.
Thank you so much, Ursula. These are your Contemporary Award finalists.
For the Contemporary Romance category are Coming Home to Magnolia Bay by Babette De Jong. Faking a Fairy Tale by Terry Wilson. Royal Calava, Gabriel by Nancy Harkness. And now, the 2024 Diamond Heart winner for Contemporary Romance is Coming Home to Magnolia Bay by Babette De Jong.
Wow, y'all, I can't believe it, and I hope the dogs don't start barking. So maybe they'll be quiet. For the past couple of years, I've been trying to decide whether to quit writing. I would tell you all about it. In fact, I did in the first draft, but the more I tried to shorten it, the longer it got, and I knew I wouldn't be able to read all that out loud. Anyhow, thanks to Jennifer Newell and Joanne Skye for propping me up and prodding me along. I met them and many good friends through RWA back in the day when the conferences were so big that it sounded like a flock of flamingos had landed in the hotel lobby. But the publishing landscape is always changing, and I'm thankful that RWA is hanging in there to keep the maps up to date. Thank you, Diamond Heart coordinators, for giving us this goal to aspire to. And thank you to the Diamond Heart judges for reading my book and consider it worthy of winning this award. It's an incredible honor to be included along with such talent as Nancy Harkness and Terry Wilson. Being in their company means I have arrived, even though I'm sitting on my lanai wearing shorts and a tank top instead of tripping up the award stage stairs in high heels. I probably would have worn Birkenstocks, but it's still something to worry about. Thank you for reminding me that my books are worth reading. I don't need to be an overnight success after 30 years of trying. I just need to keep writing and find joy in doing it, and this win has sure lit a fire under my writing chair. I have arrived exactly where I belong, and thanks to you, I know where to go from here. Thank you all so much.
Congratulations again, Babette. Thank you so much. Our next category is our next presenter is the Vice President of Communications for her Connecticut RWA chapter and a historical romance author in her own right. She is going to present the historical romance category finalists. Her name is Grace Hartwell.
Hello, I'm Grace Hartwell. As a historical romance author, I understand the unique challenges and joys of crafting stories that will transport readers into the past. Historical romance is so much more than weaving a love story. It is the intricate dance of recreating history with precision, bringing to life the sights, sounds, and emotions of another era. It demands meticulous research from the fashions and customs of the time to the societal norms and historical events that shape the world our characters live in. The goal is not just to entertain, but to educate, to immerse readers in a bygone era while ensuring every detail resonates with authenticity and a strong voice. This genre requires authors to balance sometimes difficult historical events while engaging and submersing the reader into the story, and to carefully infuse humanity into history. Make no mistake, with all of that, these stories celebrate love's enduring power across time. These talented nominees bring life into the genre.
Finalists for the 2024 Diamond Heart Historical Romance category are Devil in Our Hearts by Lizzie Jenks, Highland Beast by Heather McCollum, Painting the Duke by Georgina North. And now, your 2024 Diamond Heart winner in historical romance category is Painting the Duke by Georgina North.
Congratulations, Georgina.
That was great. You couldn't hear me say that my palms are really sweaty. I wrote this acceptance speech without any expectation of needing it, and now it feels so paltry. I'd like to thank my husband, Keola, whose absolute and endless support is what allows me to hole up in my snuggery and chase this dream of mine. A very special thank you to the teachers who believed in my talent and ability before I ever did and supported me always. They still do. Zoanne Richardson, Helen Copeland, Sydney Brown, and John Geary. I don't think any of them have even the slightest idea how much they impacted the trajectory of my life or influenced my writing. Thank you to my editor, Sarah Pesce. She is irreplaceable and helps me fill in the gaps and smooth out the rough edges of my story. And of course, thank you to the RWA and the judges who read Painting the Duke and found something special between the pages.
Congratulations again, Georgina. I'd like to invite back our next presenter for the romantic suspense category, Miss Ursula Renee.
Our next category, romantic suspense, is the absolutely thrilling fusion of passion and peril. These stories depict characters finding love amid the backdrop of gripping danger that intertwines with the characters' need to survive, see their day, and take their next breath. This all creates a heart-pounding journey. The genre masterfully blends the excitement of a mystery or thriller with the emotional depth of a blossoming romance, keeping readers on the edge of their seats while rooting for the characters to stay alive to realize their happily ever after. The stakes are always high, whether it's unraveling a complex crime, escaping a deadly threat, or uncovering secrets that could impact them, their families, or their relationship with the hero or heroine. Every twist and turn deepens the connection between the characters and excites the reader to the very last page. Let's meet the romantic suspense category nominees.
Diamond Heart finalists for the romantic suspense category are Cliff Haven by A.M. Grimm, Lost in the Dark by Gail Chianasi. Not My Shadow by Elaine Levine. And now, your 2024 Diamond Heart winner for the romantic suspense category is Not My Shadow by Elaine Levine.
Go ahead, Elaine. Congratulations.
Thank you. Okay, wow, this is unexpected, a great honor. I'm shaking here in my little office. First, many thanks to the judges, team, volunteers who made this contest possible. The overhauled contest framework was impressive and showed how much work went on in those 2 years of work. I entered RWA's Diamond Heart contest as a way to step back into the flow of things after taking a short break, one that somehow morphed into a long hiatus. I never expected to final, let alone win. So, wow. This book wouldn't have happened were it not for the wonderful authors in the Shadow Sisters group who brought me into the Shadow Seals series. It was a fun project, and it was great to work with so many kind and talented authors. Any wins in my career would not have been possible without my husband, Barry, at my side, often standing behind me, pushing me up those hills. Every book I write seems like the first I've ever written. I don't know why my ADHD brain creates endless, needless challenges for me, but it's the gray matter I've got, so I'm learning to deal with it. But Barry, man, he has me figured out and always knows what phase I'm at in a story by what tricks my brain is doing. I really love that man. And finally, a deep and abiding thank you to Melissa Mayhew, the bestest writing buddy an author could have, to my editor, Erin McNichol at Editing 720, to my proofreader, Carol Carlisle, to a few of my friends and super cheerleaders, Brianna, Crystal, and Greta, and to my readers who over many years have become friends. You're all my why. So thank you.
You're welcome, Elaine. Congrats again on your win for the romantic suspense category. Our next presenter for the speculative fiction category is B.L. Lucas. She is a guide for one of RWA's instructional programs, Pen to Paper, and a fantasy and paranormal romance author. Let's welcome B.L. to the stage.
Hello, and thank you, Tracy. I'm Barbara Lucas, and it's a pleasure to share with you the nominees for the speculative fiction category of the Diamond Heart. Speculative romance takes love beyond the boundaries of our own reality. It blends romance with the possibilities offered in fantasy, science fiction, horror, and the paranormal. According to the Romance Writers of America, this genre is defined by its integration of fantastical elements, whether that's a journey to otherworldly realms, encounters with supernatural beings, or visits to futuristic worlds of science fiction with romance. Speculative romance includes a variety of subgenres that ignite the imagination and let us find love in the magical and paranormal, whether that's vampires and shapeshifters, fae and gargoyles, or aliens and artificial beings. Time travel romance allows us to leap across centuries to discover love, and Gothic romance envelops readers in an atmosphere of mystery and allure. And now, here are the nominees for speculative fiction.
The finalists for the 2024 Diamond Heart speculative category are Curses, Cats, and Crime, a love story by Finley Grant. Her Highlander Choice by Finley Grant. His Orc Charioteer Bride by K.R. Treadway. The Viking Who Fell Through Time by Maureen Castell. And now, your 2024 Diamond Heart winner in speculative category is The Viking Who Fell Through Time by Maureen Castell.
Congratulations, Maureen.
Wow. Can you hear me? I wasn't expecting that. I'm going to have to read this because I can't remember anything. Thank you to the Romance Writers of America and the judges of the Diamond Heart for this wonderful award. The Viking Who Fell Through Time is my first published fiction. It began as an exercise in the first Romance Author Mentorship Program, or RAMP, where I was lucky enough to be matched with Renee Wild as my mentor. Renee was instrumental in helping shape my hero into the best version of himself. At the end of the RAMP program, Renee pitched my story to her employer, the publisher Champagne Book Group, and a contract soon followed. Many thanks to Renee and the CBG for giving me this chance. I have to thank my family, Michael, Geraldine, Jackson, and Emily, for supporting me through this journey. And of course, my biggest thanks go to my husband, Alan, for his love and encouragement and his uncanny ability to find all the pesky typos I've missed after 100 readings of the same text. I'm sure I've forgotten a lot of other people, but thank you, everybody. And heartfelt appreciation to RWA and congratulations to my fellow winners and finalists. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations again, Maureen, for your win in the speculative fiction category. We have one final award to give tonight. And before we say farewell and goodbye, that award is for the final category for Best First Book Debut. Now, to be eligible for this award category, the author or authors, in the case of writing, if you're a writing team, shall not have and had any other novel or novella previously commercially available in any format. The book in this category with the overall highest score is the winner. And we'll have to invite her back to the stage in just one second. The award for best first book is again Maureen Castell. Congratulations, Maureen.
Oh, thank you so much.
You've won 2 awards tonight. What a major accomplishment.
I'm thrilled. Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Again, we hope you have enjoyed the festivities. We congratulate all the winners and the finalists. We know it takes true grit and heart to enter your precious work into a contest of this caliber. And we hope that you will use this win and the fact that you finaled in any future endeavors. Congratulations to all the Golden Heart finalists and winners, and to all the Diamond Heart finalists and winners. Again, my name is Tracy Garner. It's been a pleasure to serve you and the pleasure of the board for this event. Have a great day, and we'll see you again soon. Good luck and goodbye.